So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do Prep Test 60 Game 3. Sorry, it's really shiny there. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one, right? Even just like from first glance, you look at it and you're like, okay, we have like we just have two rules. That's odd. And the first question isn't something that we would usually see. So typically we see like a series of either sequences or matching players into different groups or whatever. And we see multiple different options. And in this one, we just see the first and the third, the second and the third, etc. So that makes it a little bit odd. Okay, over the course of one day, a landscaper will use a truck to haul exactly 7 loads. So we do have a series of 7. So that's not too weird. 3 of them will be mulch. Okay, so 3 mulch and 4 will be stone. Okay. The truck's cargo bed will be cleaned in between carrying any 2 loads of different materials. So if we have mulch and then stone, we need to clean. And if we have stone and then mulch, we need to clean. Okay, and then we have the constraints. So to meet the landscaper's needs as efficiently as possible, the following constraints apply. So the cargo bed can't be cleaned more than 3 times. So not more than 3 means we have a maximum of 3 cleanings. So in order to stay below that maximum, we're going to have to avoid situations where we switch from mulch to stone or stone to mulch. So we're going to want to make sure we group these guys together, right? So like between 2 sand, we don't need to clean, right? So that's not necessary. Between 2 mulch, we don't need to clean. So the more of this we do, the fewer times we clean, and the less likely we're going to be to go over that maximum. The 5th load has to be mulch. Okay, so I mean, if we were to just switch back and forth, like if we just went mulch, then stone, stone, this, stone, stone, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cleanings. So we've gone over the max by 2. Let's say we switch here. So we have mulch, stone, stone, mulch, mulch, stone, stone. We've got 1, 2, 3 cleanings. So this kind of grouping, basically we can have 4 groups so that we have 3 cleanings between them. So that sort of makes sense. What else could we do? We could put stone, 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 mulch, mulch, stone, mulch, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We still have 3 cleanings, 4 sort of clumps of the same materials. So that's kind of what I would be looking for here. Grouping them together, and then of course keeping in mind that we can't move that mulch that's in the 5th spot. So anytime that you're like redrawing the diagram, it would probably be wise to throw the mulch one in like that so that you're not in danger of moving it around and creating something that's not actually possible. So yeah. You could also do this in pen and then go in with pencil and eraser and put this in pencil and then erase in between creating different scenarios. My preference is to just create the scenarios every time and put like check marks or scribble them out. It's pretty messy, as you can see. I'm pretty messy with my diagrams, but I like having that bank of acceptable solutions. So like here, this would be one where I would just scribble it out, and these ones I would put check marks next to them and they would become part of my bank. So that's my personal preference, but whatever works for you. Question 13 asks which one of the following is a pair of loads that can both be mulch. If these two are both mulch, then we run into a problem where we have 5 different cleanings, so that's not allowed, can't be A. If the second and third are both mulch, I think that's still going to be too many, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so then we would have 4 cleanings. So B is out, right? So if we have 5 groups, 5 like clumps, then that's 4 in between, and the in-betweens that are the cleanings. C, the second and the sixth. So 6 actually seems maybe promising because it's next to 5, but we still have this like random mulch in here, which I don't love, but I'll try it. So if we do that, then the rest are stone. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clumps, which means 4 cleanings. Then the third and the sixth, we're going to end up with the same problem. The fourth and the sixth, that one looks great, and I don't have an example of that yet, so I'm going to do that one in marker. Fourth and the sixth, stone, 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 right? We've only got 2 cleanings there because we've got this big clump of mulch all around the 5th one. Okay, so E is the correct answer for 13. 14, which one of the following must be true? Okay, the second load is stone. So according to all of the acceptable solutions I have so far, the second load is stone. The first and second are the same material. I actually have an example where that's not true. So I can eliminate B. C, the second and the third are different materials. Nope, they could be the same. At least 2 loads of mulch are hauled consecutively. Yeah, that's gonna have to be true, right? So we can't separate the mulch all so that they're individual, right? That's what we have up here, and that's not gonna work. Then we would at the very least have to have stone in between them, and already that's going to give us too many. So even if we, yeah, it would basically just be the mirror image. If we tried to do some other version of that, we would have this, just the mirror image, and so we would still have 5 total cleanings for that. So that one's not going to work. And what I mean by that is that D has to be the correct answer because we cannot falsify it. So if it says at least 2 loads of mulch are hauled consecutively, if I make it so that there are, that's not the case, so we don't have any of them hauled consecutively, then we have a problem, right? So if we don't have this happen at all, then we run into this problem. So D has to be true. And that does mean that the second load could be mulch. So maybe I want to create that scenario. Second load is mulch. Okay, so knowing that D has to be true tells me that A could be false. And how am I going to make this work? Well, I make the first one mulch as well, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 clumps, which is 3 cleanings. So another acceptable solution. And at least 3 loads of stone are hauled consecutively. No, we could have 2 groups of 2. And the third load is mulch. And do we have an example of that? not one that works. Okay, but what we could do is we could shift this group over a bit. We still have an M in 5th place, and we'd have pairs of S's on either side, right? So that's 5, 3, 2, 1, 7. So that would totally work. So the 6th load is a different material than the 7th. That definitely doesn't have to be true. The 1st is a different material from the 2nd, also doesn't have to be true. The 7th load is mulch, nope. The 6th load is mulch, nope. The 1st load is stone, yep. So that's the only one that's even possible. All the other ones actually must be false. So E is the only one that could be the correct answer here. And I think that's just because this is the only way to make that work, right? If we have mulch here, the only way that we're going to be able to make this work is by putting mulch in between, or no? Could we have, oh no, we could have, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's too many. So yeah, we can't. We have to put mulch in between. So this is the only one that's going to work there. All right. That wasn't necessary to do, but you know me, to make sure that I'm testing my little theories. Okay, E. If the cargo bed is cleaned exactly twice, well, we have an example of that right here. Which one of the following must be true? So basically, if it's cleaned exactly twice, we've got these examples here, and we're really just looking at moving this group of 3, but we can't move it all the way over. Like, this is totally possible. That's totally an acceptable scenario, right? We have the 5th one there. That's acceptable according to the original rules, but when we add the condition that the cargo bed is cleaned exactly twice for this specific question, then we can't do this because this is one cleaning. So we have to have S's on either side of this group of M's to make this work. Yeah, all right. So what must be true? So the earliest we can put them is 3, 4, 5, and the latest that we can put them is 4, 5, 6. So these are the only 2 options. The 2nd load is stone. That does have to be true. So A is true. Does the 3rd have to be mulch? Nope. Does the 3rd have to be stone? No. Does the 6th have to be mulch? Nope. Does the 7th have to be mulch? No, the 7th actually has to be stone. So A, the 2nd load is stone, is correct. Or 16. 17. If no more than 2 loads of the same material are hauled consecutively, then which one of the following could be true? So no more than 2 hauled consecutively means that we have to have groups of 2, because if we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups or clumps, then we're going to hit our maximum. So we can't separate them any more than this. So if the maximum clumps is 2 consecutively, we have to go up to that maximum so that we don't have too many clumps. So what could be true? Could the 1st load be stone? So we'd have stone, stone. So M is here. Ooh. Nope. We can't do that. Nope, can't do that. The 4th is stone. So M, M, S, S, M, S, S. Yes, we could do that. The 4th could be stone. So here's an example, right, of what we see here. Here's another example where we have those 4 clumps. This one wouldn't work because we have 3 S's in a row. And so that would break the question-specific condition. Works according to the original rules, but wouldn't work for this question. So yeah, this one works for this question. This one works for this question. And I'm sure well, is there another scenario? I don't actually think there is. I think that's the only arrangement that we can get of these guys that's going to work, and we would actually have M fifth, right? So if we didn't have to have M fifth, then we could arrange them in at least one other way, but because M has to be fifth, that's all we got. Okay, so the correct answer again is the fourth float is stone, B, 17. Okay, if you have any follow-up questions for this one, just let me know.